Hey folks, starting a new project. Since I have the interior panels done, I wanted to make a new center console. I've been dealing with this one, for a handful of years. It was just a cheap store-bought one. I stuck some PVC tubing in there to help hold the drinks better. So we're gonna get rid of this. And I have to keep in mind, we have that area right there where it needs to take up space. So I made a cardboard template of what I'm looking at. I have to keep this somewhat narrow because I don't have a lot of space in here. And I wanted a lid to cover the area, and I only have so much space I can get into, keep all the stuff out of sight, just to make it look better. I had some spare hardboard, some screws, and a little bit of corner molding. I used to put this thing together. It's all scrap wood. Made the space for the cables. And then I also picked up 2 cup holder inserts from Cabela's. They're $1.99 a piece. Now I still have to cover it in some leftover vinyl for my door panel project, and the foam and the material, because I plan on doing some inserts in that. This is actually going to have to be slightly sewn on the vinyl, which I sew by hand. Now I did make a lid for it already, which the hinges will be hidden, so you won't even see that. So hopefully I'll give you some more video in progress video, time lapse possibly, but bear in mind, this is the first time I've ever attempted anything like this. Okay, so let's get started.
First we go by tracing out the sides onto the craft foam. The craft foam will add a little bit of depth and a little bit of cushion. Measuring out for the front and the top. Just getting a rough cutting. It's all scrap left over from the door panel project. That's my design. Cut out the template so we can actually transfer it to the foam and cut that out. Okay, next we gotta cut out the foam. Craft foam does add a little bit of softness to it, but not like the headliner material does. Headliner material is very forgiving and very soft, but it won't add any of the depth that we want to accent the panels. There we go. Okay, trace the other one. I basically did the same thing in my door panel video, except on a larger scale. This is 3-dimensional. This is a little bit newer for me. I've never done a 3-dimensional object. It's a challenge, especially when it came to the vinyl. Okay, just trimming the size, laying out the pattern so I can get in a position properly. And let's glue it up. Heating up to cure the glue faster. Now attaching. Repeat the other side. Okay, now we're going to do the top and front. I use the heat gun because it's 40 to 60 degrees in the garage depending on when I turn on the heater. Just a winter project to keep me busy. Okay, we got to trim off some excess. Trim that out for the cables. It is a time-consuming job, but I think it's worth it, the effort. A little bit of sanding on the edges because when you do cut, occasionally you get little burrs or roughness. A little fine tuning there. I'm not worried about the back of the console because you won't even see that unless you're crawling up underneath the dash. I mean, really crawling up underneath the dash. Cut open for the cup holders. Sand down the burrs. This is the headliner material, and I'll be doubling up on the insert padding. It wasn't thick enough for me, so I'll make another set of those, and then glue them together to double the thickness.
Well, I have this mostly prepared. My next thing is sewing, because these are scrap pieces I have over here, always left over from the interior panels thing. So I'm going to have to sew some of these together. I tried a little test pattern really quick. And I'm hand sewing because I don't have a sewing machine, and it didn't come out too bad. These are for the inserts, the orange inserts like inside the car. But I just left them up because I have to do that very last with this orange material. But we have the padding on there done, I have the lid done, I just have to wait till I'm done sewing that all together. Okay, now we're ready to attach the cover. I did sew up the seams here on both sides, here. It was all hand sewing, that was a lot of fun. Now I have to attach the sides. I'm going to have to mask this off so the glue doesn't stick to that. And then go crazy with the glue and do one section at a time. And I will put this on time lapse. Maybe we'll get a chance to put the inserts in too. So, going to mask off the area that we don't want glued for the vinyl. Get to my gluing platform there. I actually should have done the front first, glued that in place. Later I found out, because I had to wrestle with the vinyl and the glue. Cure it a bit. In the background you see I'm making the cardboard backing for the orange inserts while I'm letting the glue cure. Okay, wrap it and stretch it, and add some heat. It's kind of cold in the garage right then. Get my screen roller, and really try to get it in the corners there. That'll add 3-dimension to it without too bulky. Now to cut out the excess. That'll give more space for the orange inserts. This little curved pick comes in handy. You can get out those little excess tapes and push the vinyl in a little bit better.
Okay, glue the front and top. That's the part I previously sewed up by hand. It's a little rough wrapping that thing up. That glue was pretty sticky, but eventually worked it out. Okay, let's get the other side done. Mask it, glue it, cure it. Cut out the excess. Wrap the bottoms up. Gotta cut some reliefs into the vinyl to make it conform better, especially in the curved areas. Yeah, you gotta cut reliefs in the corner areas to get it to wrap better, or otherwise you'll have a big bulk of vinyl. Okay, you got to cut open for the cup holders. Kind of like a pizza pattern, so I can bend the vinyl around. I'm going to do some trimming and relief cutting in the compartment area. Okay, I guess I'm going back to the inserts. I'm leaving them oversized, so when I do cut them, I can always trim it down from the cardboard. Once I glue these in place, I'll set them off to the side, because the inserts are almost the very last thing that I'll attach. 77 is basically for foam, the spray adhesive, and the 90 is for the vinyl and whatever. You really want a good stick, and the 90 is really good adhesive. Okay, you gotta trim them down a bit, because when you attach the craft foam, it doesn't really stay in the position. There's just so many variables, so. And I want them to sit recessed inside the craft foam, so that's why I keep on trimming them down. Okay, now we get to cut out the material. Now to glue them to the backer board, where I left about a 1/4 inch to 1/8 of an inch space in between to add some more depth. Trimming out the excess. Make sure I really get the glue into those little indentations in the foam. Taking the screen tool and really pressing the material down into those indentations. Now the boring part, cutting all the reliefs out so the material will bend and conform to the curves. But the better do there, the better it'll look on the other side. I guess we're finishing off the interior compartment. All those details done. Just wrapping the vinyl. Okay, now we're ready to attach the orange inserts to the rest. I want to mask it off so I don't get a lot of overspray on the vinyl. And when you're ready to do this, you only get one shot at it, because once it sticks, you're not going to pick it back up. So you got to get them placed just right. Press it in really firmly. Same thing on the other side. And yours is just about the final project. Still want to tweak a little things here and there. Kind of matches the interior motif I'm going for. And there's plenty of space for bottles. I still have to finish off the inside, but I think this will do the trick. Well, thanks for watching, folks. Hope you got some information from this, and don't be afraid to try a new project.